What's up guys, DPX here, welcome back to another review. Today I'm reviewing Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 3. Now before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, or I will show no mercy on you. So this is it. In case you guys don't know, in case you guys haven't heard me gush about this show before, Cobra Kai, not my favorite show of all time, but like definitely, it's like right behind. Like there's two shows that I definitively like more, but this is like right behind them. And I didn't watch it when it first came out. I didn't even like, I watched the first Karate Kid movie, of course, but like I didn't watch really any of the others before watching this show. I watched this show around the time when Season 3 came out, so like around the time, like a bit after it came to Netflix, and I fucking love this show. It is, like, I don't know, I guess it just resonated with me in a way that not a whole lot of other shows have, but now it's over. So, what are my thoughts? Because they did something interesting with this season. There are more episodes this season than in the others. There's 15, the others had 10, and they split this season into 3 parts. At first, I was all for that idea. You know, it's the final season, make it bigger, put more episodes in there, and also, I don't think a lot of people agree with this, but I did actually like the idea originally of them splitting the season into 3 parts. Because, like, there was a long wait for this season. You wait almost 2 years, and then you binge it in a day, and then you're done. The show is over, you know? At least when it's like this, you know, there's a bit more, like, anticipation. But I do feel like, and I can get more into this later, but I do feel like the split releases kind of hurt this season. Part 1, I thought was it was good. You know, I don't think we have anything, like, nothing Cobra Kai has done has necessarily been that bad, but definitely, like, the weakest set of episodes of the entire show. Part 2 was definitely better than Part 1, but it had issues that Part 1 also had, you know? And now Part 3. What do I think of this? Honestly, I think the 10 episodes before this are worth it just to get to these, mainly the last 3 episodes, but honestly the 2 before that are really good too. Because, like, the last 3 episodes of this show is legitimately, like, some of the best this show has ever had to offer. And since it's the final set of episodes, they have to, like, pay off a lot of things. They have to, like, tie up all these loose ends, and I think they do it very well. It's gonna be very hard to not get into spoilers, but this is gonna be a spoiler-free review. I may or may not do, like, a spoiler video on my second channel. I don't know. I might do that. I might not. We'll see. But wow, I'm kind of like, okay, where do I even begin? I don't know how to begin here. It's weird reviewing seasons of, like, one of my favorite shows. And I mean, like, a show that for me is in, like, the Holy Trinity. You know, I acknowledge that it's not the best show ever made. There are objectively better shows than Cobra Kai. But this one resonated with me more. So it is a little weird trying to give it, like, a level-headed review and not be biased. But I'll just get the negatives out of the way. While I do like some of the payoffs we got, the journey it took to get there, I didn't love, like, with some, like, I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but, like, what, like, the kind of conclusion that we get with Johnny, for example, I loved it, but I don't quite love how we got there, you know what I mean? Like, we had to do this thing to do this thing, and then this thing to get to what we got, you know? And what we got was great, but the things we did to get there, not even bad, it's just a little, like, weird. There's also some, like, goofy shit, and obviously, like, Cobra Kai's been, a little, like, you know, it's always been over the top. But there's one episode where they introduce, like, this weird tech thing, and it's just, like, the dumbest thing that has been introduced into the show. And it's just like, what? But other than that, I think, like, every character like, there's the thing about this show is there's so many characters and so many people can relate to these characters, but the thing about that is so many of these characters, they're like, how do you tie them up? How do you give all of them a satisfying conclusion? They did it, and there were leaks for this show. You know, this entire season got leaked, and it seemed like everyone who follows Cobra Kai news, so me, got spoiled by what excuse me, by what happens in this season, in this part. And I'll just say, I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'll just say I fucking hated that idea when I read it originally. But seeing how it comes about, you know, seeing like how it actually happens, I thought was perfect. And I do mean perfect. Maybe not perfect. Like I said, it, like, to get from point A to point B was a little, like, rocky, but the way we got there, the way we ended up getting there, I loved it, and I think it was worth it. But those last 3 episodes, my god, dude, they really flow together like a movie. Like, those last 3 episodes were a movie. Callbacks to, like, so many things throughout the entire series, and even to, like, some of the original movies. Some cameos that were really cool to see, that weren't even, like, you know, nothing too crazy, but, like, we got some cameos where it's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I talked about Johnny and his conclusion, but then there's, like, Miguel. He has a very satisfying conclusion. Tori has a very satisfying conclusion. Robbie, Sam, there's Daniel, you know, Chosen even. And then there's the stuff with Kreese and Silver. Like, what happens with them? What happens with Kreese? Like, god damn, I'm not saying what happens. I don't want to say what happens, because that, we get into spoilers. But damn, it's messy. Like, this season overall has been messy. I'm interested to watch, now that all the episodes are out, I'm interested to watch the whole thing together with all 15 episodes. I might do that, but, like, but yeah, this final batch of episodes was definitely messy. But satisfying. Very satisfying. In fact, I'm not one who sheds tears at movies and shows or anything like that. I just don't think I have it in me. At least, like, not at first, like, watch, you know? Like, there's maybe, like, some movies or some shows or even some games where, like, I replay or rewatch it and then I start, like, tearing up. So maybe that'll happen here. But, man, I started getting choked up, like, at the ending, because it's sad that it's over, but, like, at the same time, like, this was honestly the best ending I could have thought of for this show. And the montages, the Rocky references, you know, this show has always had Rocky references, and, like, I know this isn't the best review, because I'm trying not to spoil things, and, you know, again, this is my favorite, or not my favorite, but, like, of all the shows that, like, were still going, hadn't been concluded yet or anything like that, which, like, a show that's on TV right now, I would consider being a show that is, like, still going, a show that hasn't concluded yet. For a while, this was my favorite show that hadn't concluded yet, you know? So, to see it concluded, it's a little, like, it's a little emotional for someone like me who absolutely adores this show and has probably rewatched it more than any other show, at least, like, any serialized show. You know, there's probably, like, you know, some episodic shows that I've rewatched more, but, like, still, you know? So yes, I'm going to be a bit biased. I want to give this later, like, batch of episodes a 10 out of 10. I want to. And I am going to do that, but I'm also going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give it both. You know, one that I want to give it, and one that I think, like, objectively it does get. Because there's some messy stuff in it. There's a lot of, like, you know, goofy stuff that doesn't work, you know, and, like, it's hard for me to really get into specifics without spoiling, but I will say this left me as satisfied as I could be with this show. Well, that's my review for Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 3. The final episodes. This is the last time I'll review Cobra Kai. This franchise obviously isn't done, and I'll definitely watch more. I'm a fan of this franchise now. When this show started, I didn't even give it much of a thought at all, which is crazy. But yeah, that's my review for Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 3. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the show, not like the show? Have you guys seen the show, not seen the show? And if you haven't seen the show, do you guys want to see it, not want to see it? Please watch this show. I love it so much. Even if it's not your thing after like the first few episodes, still, you gave it a shot. Anyways, if you liked the video, come subscribe or I will show no mercy on you. Bye!